I think they've got a good structure. You've got really good football players, good instinctive players, and they've been really good in the secondary. Quite a bit of talent over the last couple of years, and very productive in terms of what they do. So it's a production business, and the fact that they've had 49 interceptions over the last 2 seasons is impressive, #1 in the country. So quality structure in terms of what they do, and I think they do a good job coaching their players. Well, I think preparation. I think more than anything, the guy is. I think he's coming to his own in terms of what's required of that position, and how you need to prepare and the level of detail that's required. Breaking down his film study throughout the week, daily task in terms of he's one step ahead of me. So when he shows up to the meeting, he's anticipating what we're doing, why we're doing it, and how we're going to do it. So. And then it's about engraving great habits and having quality reps in practice. And I think overall that's the one positive that really impressed me is I thought we were competitive. Spirit was really good. I thought the effort was good. The culture, the approach of the players on the sideline, pregame, or walkthroughs leading up to the game were really, really good in that regard. We just need to improve the execution, eliminate some of the deficiencies that we had. Yeah, I think we can throw and catch the ball, and I think those guys have done a great job in the offseason, really taking the message and really applying the things that we've tried to install and coach. And as you go forward, I think you'll see them make more improvement. There's still things that we can clean up, details that we need to get fixed. So as we go forward, I think we'll make more progress there. Well, I think it's identification issues. They're unique. They're different than anybody will play the entire year. So we spent quite a bit of time on them in the off season. We introduced them to our players in training camp. So I think more than anything is just the structure that they have in place, and I think it fits who they are and what they do. I've got a tremendous amount of respect for Coach Long and their program and how they're built. I think all 3 phases of their team are put together well, and it works. They've won the Mountain West 2 years in a row, 11-win seasons 2 years in a row. So they got a good program, and I think they've done a great job implementing a system that they can execute at their level of ball. Was a little bit of both. Early in my career, I was down and then moved up. Well, just given, I think each time you evaluate your season and I think it's about your players, it's about your quarterback. I think it's a lot to do with your staff, the makeup of your staff, and then just how you're going to operate. So, that was a decision that we made based off of those factors, and it was great to be down there with them.
How important is it, knowing that San Diego State runs a 3-3-5 defense, how important is it for Manny to get the ball out quicker than last week?
Well, I don't know that that question necessarily applies to this week. It's just like any other week. We've got to take what they give us. We've got to be really efficient in what we're doing. And when the ball snapped, their structure is not much different than most teams you play. It's the presentation of those things. So they've got a great staff, got really good competitive spirit. They play hard. I got a lot of respect for their program. More than anything, it's going to be about how we prepare and execute what we're doing.
Coach Graham said there were too many negative plays on offense. What do you contributed to that?
Well, I think if there was some takeaways from last week's game, the big positive was the effort, in terms of preparation, and throughout the game, the competitive spirit of the players responding in the third quarter, starting fast with the 2 early touchdown drives, and then, the takeaways from a deficiency standpoint is too many negatives. You know, you're looking at 2nd and 15s. You're looking at 3rd and longs. And though, you know, we're behind the sticks, and those things lead to not being very good on 3rd down. So eliminate the negatives. Do a better job in terms of communication at times. And then we didn't do a great job in the 4-minute situation at the end of the game. Those are all areas that we can make improvement.
How do you plan to keep going with that hot start that you had in the first quarter, second quarter you guys kind of did? How do you plan to keep momentum like that for the next week?
It is a great lesson for our team, you know, in terms of what execution, the rewards of execution. You know, the first 2 drives are really executed well. And then you look at the 3rd, 4th, and 5th possessions of the game. You know, I like to say we shot ourselves in the foot, you know, in all 3 of those possessions. So great 1st and 3rd quarter, you know, just stumbled in the 2nd, and then obviously in the 4th, got to do a better job managing the clock and doing a better job in the 4-minute situation. So, but the good thing is the effort and the intangibles are there, and that's what you're looking for. You know, we can continue to make improvement week 1 to week 2, and as we go forward. To execute at a higher level, and that will lead to the way we started the game.
Stick it in. Coach, what did you think of the block point of attack?
And
What did you think of your block point of attack game?
well, a lot of the deficiencies were a result, you know, of some of the things that they were doing on defense. You know, in most openers, you're going to deal with that. You know, you're going to deal with a lot of wrinkles from the other team. Different things. They did some things that we weren't prepared for, and it took a little bit of time to adjust to that. So it's a great lesson for our players when they can look at the film and say, hey, you know, if I do my job here, if I play with the correct technique, if I use better fundamentals, if I make a better decision here, if I communicate better and control what you can control, and that'll lead to success. And when we did that, we had success.